Today, we're diving into a financial investigation. We're going to follow the money, piece together the clues, and figure out if a major construction project is a brilliant move or a massive gamble. Let's get into it.
Every investigation has to start somewhere, and for this one, it starts with a pretty huge number, $900,000. That's the total estimated cost to get this new apartment building off the ground. It's a serious investment, and it sets the stakes incredibly high right from the get-go. And that right there is the central question we're trying to answer. With almost $1 million going out the door before anyone even moves in, how does a company like Horizon Construction plan to not only get that money back, but actually end up in the black? Let's find out.
All right, first, let's meet the main character in our story, Horizon Construction. These guys specialize in residential buildings, and they've been growing pretty fast lately. So this project is supposed to be their next big step. Now you might be thinking, where does all that cash come from? Well, most companies don't just have that lying around. Horizonte went out and got a bank loan for $500,000 to get things started. But here's the catch. That loan isn't free money. It has to be paid back over 5 years. And yeah, that includes interest.
This brings us to the person who has to make the final call, the general manager. Before giving the green light, they need to know exactly what the finances look like. And this isn't just about crunching numbers. This is one of those big decisions, the kind that can really define a company's future.
So the manager has basically boiled this whole massive project down to 2 absolutely critical questions. First, and this is the obvious one, are we actually going to make any money? And second, and this is just as important, can we pay our bills along the way, including that huge bank loan? Our investigation has to answer both.
Okay, so it's time to put on our financial detective hats. To get the answers the manager needs, we have to assemble all the clues. We're going to look at every dollar coming in and every dollar going out to build the full picture.
And here is our very first clue. And it's a big one. This is the money coming in. The company is projecting that they'll make $1.3 million from selling all the apartments. This is the goal, the total income we're aiming for.
All right, now let's look at the other side of the ledger, the money going out. We already know the biggest culprit, that $900,000 construction cost. This covers literally everything from the foundation to the roof. It's the main hurdle we have to clear. But wait, there's more. Building the thing isn't the only cost. We've got another $120,000 for administrative expenses. Think of it like the project's overhead. You've got salaries, marketing, office supplies, all the stuff needed to actually manage the project. And here's our final piece of the cost puzzle. Remember that big bank loan we talked about? Yeah, it comes with a price tag. Over the life of the project, the interest, the financial expenses, is expected to hit $80,000. That's the cost of using the bank's money. Okay, let's lay all our cards on the table. This is our case file, all the evidence in one place. We've got our expected income of $1.3 million up top, and lined up against it are our 3 big costs. Seeing it all together like this makes our next move obvious.
We've got all the clues. The money trail is clear. It's time to put it all together and deliver the first verdict. Is the Horizonte project actually going to be profitable? Let's run the numbers.
The math itself is actually pretty simple, which is nice. You just take the total income you expect to get. Then you subtract all those costs we just found, the construction, the admin, and the financial expenses, and whatever's left, well, that's your net profit. And the grand total is $200,000. After every single bill is paid, from the first construction invoice to the last interest payment, the project is on track to make a solid $200,000 in profit. So, on paper, this looks like a total slam dunk.
Case closed, right? Pack it up, we're done, a $200,000 profit. Sounds great. But, in the real world, things are rarely that simple. And this is where our investigation takes a pretty interesting twist. You see, every financial plan has a villain, a shadow lurking in the background. And in this story, that villain is uncertainty. It comes from the one thing that no one, not even the manager, can control, the real estate market. And here it is, the big what if. The real estate market has been a little shaky. If the economy takes a dip, that $1.3 million in sales might not actually happen. That one number is the linchpin holding this whole profitable picture together. So this is the real tightrope the manager has to walk. On one side, you've got the best-case scenario we just figured out, a clean $200,000 profit. But on the other, you have this looming worst-case scenario where a market slump throws all your projections and your profit
right out the window. This chart really says it all, doesn't it? We've got this nice, solid bar showing our projected $200,000 profit. But then there's this faded ghost of a bar next to it. What happens if sales slow down? How much does that profit shrink? Or, and this is the scary part, does it disappear completely?
And that leaves us right here with the ultimate question. This isn't about spreadsheets anymore. It's about how much risk you're willing to take. You've got a potential profit, but there's absolutely no guarantee. So I'll leave you with this. If you were in that manager's chair with all the evidence in front of you, what call would you make?